Why, good evening, folks. Welcome to Mower Mike's. Today we are talking about camshafts on the Briggs and Stratton engine. Yes, camshafts. Now, camshafts make the valves go up and down, and they keep your motor humming along like a sewing machine. And when a camshaft goes bad, which they do occasionally on these Briggs and Stratton engines, it screws things up. You're going to get hard starting, all sorts of different issues. You can Google that all day long. I'm not going to talk about causation. So what I've got here, I got a 15-horse single-cylinder Briggs & Stratton engine off the mighty Poulon lawnmower, which I believe was bought at Walmart. It's actually a very, very common engine, and this procedure would go pretty much with any Briggs & Stratton engine. Close enough. So in order to replace the camshaft, what you have to do is you got to flip this motor upside down, you break the crankcase in half, you pull the oil pan off, and then you have access to the camshaft. Now the issue is actually pulling that oil pan off and scraping all the gaskets and throwing new oil seals in there. It takes a long dang time on a YouTube video. And I did a little research, and apparently the average American male's attention span is 8.25 seconds. And I know you ain't got no attention span for that. So that whole process I have put in a separate video at a link below where we go through how to replace all the oil seals on the bottom of this motor, which you will have to do anyways if you replace the camshaft. So the next thing you're going to see is you're going to see this motor inverted with the pants pulled off it, and we're looking straight down in the bowels of it at the camshaft, so we can go straight to the action shot. So go ahead and strap in, and let's just skip all the way forward like 2 weeks. All right, now we are looking down into the bowels of the Briggs & Stratton mighty engine. So what we're going to do next is that we're going to replace this camshaft. That's a little one, camshaft, crankshaft, and we got a couple parts laying on top of it. First, we've got the old oil slinger, and the way this works is that, here, let's get a little closer, a little zoomering. Look at that. All right, so that's your oil shaft. You'll see it's got a shaft, an oil slinger. It's got a shaft that butts up right against there. And folks, real simple. Just pull that sucker out. There we go. We'll worry about that guy later. And now we've got the camshaft, and it's real easy. You'll see right there we got a couple timing marks. Just pull it straight out. Try not to knock anything. And voila, we got the camshaft. Now, these things do go bad quite a bit, specifically the compression release. And that's what this thingy is here. And there's a lot smarter people online that explain it. But essentially, while it's starting, it's at slow speed. And this thing is kept against here. And so when it's spinning, it's got a little bump. And what that does, that bumps up the intake valve just a touch to release some compression and allow it to spin easier with the starter. And then once she starts blowing and going, the centrifugal force opens this up and closes that and gets rid of that little nub. And what happens a lot of times, this thing will break, shatter, and you will lose it. So if you need a new camshaft, I will put the Briggs & Stratton camshaft link down below. I have heard some horror stories about the Amazon camshafts, so I'll put one of those two down below. All right, folks, now we are to the point we could actually reinstall the camshaft. At this point, you can either reinstall the original one, or if you're having problems, as we discussed, I'll put some links below. Just please do your own research and get the correct camshafters. Next, for the camshaft itself, you want to make sure before you install it, again, lube up, especially the lobes here, because those are going to be high RPM, and just kind of, I don't know. I like lube too much. And then also get the tip right there, because that's going to slide in and be turning super quick. So when you install it, you're going to look down there, you're going to see the hole in there, and it's just going to slide in. But hang on. Before you do this, this is a very, very crucial step. So let me get my zoom going here. Hang on with me. You'll notice on your camshaft there's a dot, and there is a corresponding dot on your crankshaft. Those two must line up with each other. That is what times this engine. It's very simple but very, very important. You can see right there, that one's going to be sliding in. They should be directly next to each other. Super easy. All right, and then we got our oil slinger. You're going to slide that dude back on there. And when you do it, it's just going to press on there. You're going to have that tip right there, and it's going to be, don't go like that. Go like that. And it's just going to, well, you want it to, come on, come on. The old oil slinger, she's a little slippery. All right, so just like that. Again, make sure your dots line up. Make sure your lifters are in there. Your oil slinger is installed, and next we can actually strap this thing back together. Well, I warned y'all folks that this video was going to be quick and dirty, and I think I achieved my goal. Now, a couple of notes. We've got her all strapped together, looking good. I have got a ton of videos on this engine, specifically on this engine. Head gaskets, piston rings, all the oil seals, valve lash adjustments, everything, which I'm going to have on my Briggs and Stratton playlist. So go there if you need anything. Also, everything I've used in this video, I'll put links down below where you can get your own Amazon stuff. I promised I'll keep this one short, so I'm going to get out of here and we're going to finish up a piston ring video that's going to blow your mind. So stay with me till next time. Mower Mike's out.